and a very warm welcome to Episode 3 of the Iowa Irish Fest online broadcast. I'm Rob Edwards, and as we celebrate our landmark 20th year, Irish Roads Through Iowa, the party is going to run Friday, July 31st through Sunday, August 2nd in beautiful downtown Waterloo. Now this episode, you're going to get up to date on some of the events happening at this year's fest. And you're also going to be treated to a great selection of music from some of the artists sharing the stages throughout that weekend. Now today's program is brought to you by some incredible friends at the Iowa Irish Fest, including the Mike Burns family, Bootleggers Kitchen and Bar, El Patron, the Screaming Eagle Bar, and Newton's Diner. And I'd also like to thank our new friends at Waterloo Fiber, and they are the new sponsor of our Lafayette stage.
When three people hit play all at the same time, Waterloo Fiber doesn't flinch. Hi everyone, I'm Ron Steele. When you're talking about Waterloo Fiber, you're talking about blazing fast fiber speeds for your entire household. Work, streaming, gaming, Zoom calls, and even for grandma, the one person who seems to be downloading everything. Waterloo Fiber lines are buried underground, so when Iowa weather gets dramatic, your Wi-Fi stays cool. No hidden fees, no nonsense, all local. Contact waterloofiber.com. High-speed internet for your entire family.
Now, speaking of the Lafayette stage, in just a few minutes, I'm going to be introducing you to the new host of the Waterloo Fiber Lafayette stage. And you don't want to miss a moment of that. So do me a favor, thank all of our incredible sponsors for their commitment to the Iowa Irish Fest. Before I bring you all the information you're going to need to know, let's get a preview from one of our great headline acts. Now, they're certainly fest favorites. They're very well loved wherever they have performed, and we are so proud to bring you as our Saturday and Sunday headliners, all right, here we go. Gaelic Storm.
Tell me, ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my coat, that's alright when I go home. Well, she's handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle, fascinating. She is gone to the 1, 2, 3. Please don't tell me who is she. Albert Mooney says he lost her, and all the bodies are quick to flutter. They're knocking on the door when they're grinning on the box, and oh, my true love body well. Out she comes, this white as snow, rings in the fingers and the bells of the toes. She reckons says she died, at the blood of the road red hot. Tell me, ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. Pull my hair, stole my comb, and that's alright when I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle, fascinating. She is come to the 1, 2, 3. Please don't tell me who she is. high and the sun comes tumbling from the sky. Well, she's as nice as apple pie, and she'll get around and by and by. When she gets a loud road, she won't tell a man when she comes home. The mall comes as they will, it's Albert Mooney, she loves thrill. Tell me, man, the boys will be the girls alone. They pull my hair, so I go, that's alright when I go. Well, she's handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle, fascinating. She's come to the 1, 2, 3, and please don't tell me who is she. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle, fascinating. She's come to the 1, 2, 3, please don't tell me who is she. What you got, Lacey? You get 22 out of 10. 22 out of 10. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And that is the live version of Tell Me Ma, and that is Gaelic Storm headlining both Saturday and Sunday at the 20th Annual Iowa Irish Fest. And Seo Linn, well, they're the Irish folk indie group. They're formed in Ireland that they have been making music and performing, well, since 2013. Now, they've graced the Irish Fest stage several times in the past to a very enthusiastic audience, and they've also headlined shows across the world. And we're just thrilled to have them here for our 20th anniversary. This is Seo Linn.
Ser hachtan tauri ho roje dava ho wale ho roje dava ho wale ho roje dava ho wale and ser hachtan tauri se dava van balemur be ar grecht hove in the Ugibra, a shell of Merlo. Stood till Kaleshna Golif. Oh, Roger the Va, oh, Wile, oh, Roger the Va, oh, Wile, oh, Roger the Va, oh, Wile. And the share Hachton Tauri, Tagoran, tacht haar sale ogli armele mar garde gwelin is die Frank na Spani is could she the ruiger galif oh roje de va oh wale oh roje de va oh wale oh roje de va oh Ser hachtan tauri ho roje dava ho wale ho roje dava ho wale ho roje dava ho wale and ser hachtan tauri. roger de va, oh ale, oh roger de va, oh ale, oh roger de va, oh ale.
And translated as Here We Go, that is Seo Linn with Aura, and they will be on stage at this year's Iowa Irish Fest. Now, before I reveal the new host of the Waterloo Fiber Lafayette stage, I want to bring you yet another tune from a group that's just simply beloved by audiences as well as all of us here at the Iowa Irish Fest. Now, their energy, their musical passion, their sense of fun is unmatched, and their connection to the audience, honest and electric. They are always a force to be reckoned with, but who am I to introduce them? What do you say we hear it from them directly?
Hello everyone, we are Screaming Orphans, and we are just overjoyed to say that we are coming back to the Iowa Irish Festival, downtown Waterloo. It's going to be a wonderful weekend because it's the 20th anniversary of this amazing festival, and we're there all 3 days, July 31st to August 2nd. So we can't wait to see you, and it's going to be wonderful. See you soon. Bye.
Minis tunes from the Screaming Orphans, taking the stage once again at the 20th annual Iowa Irish Fest. They say that one constant in the universe is change, and we're making a bit of a change here at the Iowa Irish Fest. For about 10 years, I've had the sincere honor of presiding over the madness of the Lafayette stage, and I genuinely love the vibe and the people that stop to visit between the shows. But this year, however, well, I've been moved to the Nagel stage in Lincoln Park. I hope you'll visit me there. But this left a gap that needed to be filled, and well, we decided to give a relative unknown the chance to make a name for himself, so it's a pleasure to introduce the new host of the Waterloo Fiber Lafayette stage. Here's KCRG weather guru and the co-host of Everyday Iowa, Justin Roberts. Hi, Justin.
Hello, how are you?
I am doing wonderful, and Justin, this is going to be your first year with the Iowa Irish Fest.
I was there for like a few hours last year watching you do the magic. Now you're handing me the keys and you're saying, don't crash it.
It is our 20th year, so of course, no pressure.
Yeah, I know. I should have came in like 21,
There you go.
Year.
There you go. When the expectations are just different.
Exactly. Much lower at that point. No, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And we are going to be so happy to have you as a part of our merry little band of misfits. Of course, our new sponsors are Waterloo Fiber, and we're so happy to have them there. And you're going to love the stage. It's a little smaller, a little more intimate. And of course, we were looking for just what I would like to consider the perfect person to step into this. And of course,
you couldn't find him. I mean, that's unfortunate for you guys.
That's the thing. He was not available. So we're going to have you there for the weekend. And again, we've had a lot of people asking the question. Now, are you going to go full kilted or are you going to ease into it? Have you made your decision yet?
I do not, as of this program, own a kilt yet.
The good thing is if you don't own the kilt, there are many vendors that will get you kilted up. And I'll tell you what, you're going to be styling like nobody's business. So that might be an option.
Now, I know in Scottish, because my family is part Scottish, what part I don't know, you traditionally don't wear anything under the kilt. Is that an Irish thing as well?
I'm not 100% sure. The only thing I was sure is when I decided to wear a kilt, it was the decision of the board of directors of the Iowa Irish Fest, 2 pairs of underwear for me.
Gotcha.
No chance of a wardrobe malfunction.
That's what I'm worried about. I don't want to.
Well, they were right to say that.
I mean, yeah, we're not faulting them. But,
no, not at all. But
see, I have sport coats that have shamrocks, but we're talking end of July, early August. That's not sport coat outdoors weather.
Well, I wear a jacket when I am on stage. And yes, it is a little bit sweaty at times, but you do what you feel is best. And I guarantee you're going to love the group. And the audience is going to absolutely adore you. And more than just music going on, I'll tell you what, Justin, one of the things that makes the Iowa Irish Fest so much fun for everybody, they have that great combination of the music, there's food, there's Irish culture. And right now, to expand on some popular workshops, I've got our friend Davy Holden.
Hi, my name is Davy Holden, and I'm a historian from Kilkenny in the southeast of Ireland. This is going to be my 4th year at Iowa Irish Fest, and in fact, the very first festival in the States that I ever performed at was Iowa Irish Fest. So at this point, Iowa is like my home away from home, and I can't wait. I'm going to be doing 3 workshops over the weekend, all based on Irish and Irish American history. The first workshop I'm going to do is on emigration. So I'm going to be talking about Irish emigration to the United States, mostly in the 19th century, and with a specific focus on Iowa itself. The second workshop I'm going to be doing is the Irish of the American Revolution. It's a topic that isn't spoken about a huge amount, and given it's the 250-year anniversary of the United States, I thought it'd be the perfect time to do it. When we think of Irish American history, it's very easy for us to think of the 19th century, and the 18th century isn't really spoken about a huge amount, even though Irish people were actually playing crucial roles in American history in the 1700s. And then my last workshop is a travel and tour workshop. So I actually host week-long tours of Ireland every single year. So I'm going to be explaining to people and showing people what you'll see in Ireland on my tours, whether it's your first trip to Ireland or if you've been here many times before. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. I can't wait. It's my 4th year at Iowa, and every year just keeps getting better and better. And I can't wait to see you all soon.
Well, thank you very much, Davey. And for more information, you can go online to iowairishfest.com. And well, once you're there, make sure you snap up your tickets to the Iowa Irish Fest. And
snap.
That's
Snappy,
all you have
snappy.
to do.
Yep.
And Justin, let's be announcing our next artist here.
Okay, well, this is a group that's been touring both in America as well as overseas, Derek Warfield and the Young Wolfe Tones. They've been so busy, they actually haven't been able to come to Iowa for a few years. However, we're lucky enough to be able to get them to join us in this 20th year. The schedule's meshed, and we are able to bring this group of able-bodied and talented musicians and storytellers back to the Hawkeye State. A preview of what you'll expect from Derek Warfield and the Young Wolfe Tones right now.
And that is Derek Warfield and the Young Wolfe Tones and the Stone of Destiny. And based in Des Moines, Heidi Linn is a folk musician specializing in banjo with a repertoire of original and traditional material. Now, she began playing banjo in July of 2024 and has since performed at coffee shops and art festivals, multiple shows at the Old Threshers Reunion in Mount Pleasant, and making her debut at the Iowa Irish Fest this year is Heidi Linn.
As I was going over the Forth in Kerry Mountains, I met with Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. I first produced my pistol and then produced my rapier, said stand and deliver, for you are a bold deceiver, Misharim dimidoo dimida. What
Iowa native Heidi Linn at this year's Iowa Irish Fest. Tickets available at iowairishfest.com. And last week, I presented a group of incredibly talented musicians that have mastered the musical genres of hornpipe and jigs and reels, just to name a few. Now I have quickly become a fan of this group, and I know you're going to love them too. Here is Sorcha. And that is Sorcha with Lux. And continuing this week's theme of unique entertainment for the family, we brought in a fun and unique group called the Eulenspiegel Puppet Theater. Now, this particular group is located in North Liberty, and through the years, the Eulenspiegel puppeteers have experimented with almost every type of puppet imaginable. They've collaborated with musicians, playwrights, directors, designers, and other theater companies. They've worked tirelessly to hone their art form. Now, for their performance here at the 20th Annual Iowa Irish Fest, let's hear a word from the Eulenspiegel Puppet Theater.
Kate Shelley's Train Rescue, performed by Iowa puppeteer Stephanie Velez from the Eulenspiegel Puppet Theater Company, tells the story of an Irish immigrant girl who did something heroic. Kate Shelley grew up on a little farm in Boone County, Iowa, the oldest of 5 children. Katie, darling, can you help me get the breakfast ready? Of course, Mother. I'll help with anything you need. One night in 1881, a terrible storm came. The waters rose so high and so fast that the storm collapsed the train bridge near the Shelley home. An engine with 4 workmen fell into the Honey Creek, and the Midnight Express, carrying 200 passengers, wouldn't be far behind. I'll run to the station and get help. Just hold on as tight as you can. But the storm was so fierce, her lantern went out. So she felt her way through the blinding rain, but Kate Shelley couldn't stop until she stopped that train. Will Kate Shelley make it to the station on time? Find out when you bring your family out to see Kate Shelley's Train Rescue.
There's other great activities for the fans of sport that include the Rugby Invitational held Saturday, August 1st, the Cedar Valley Soccer Complex on DeWitt Road in Waterloo. Adults and high schoolers are welcome to come battle it out in a friendly game of rugby, which I didn't know there was such a thing.
I was going to say, that if anybody can pull it off,
they could do it there. Yeah,
they can.
There'll be 4 divisions this year. And for more information, go online to learn more about that at iowairishfest.com. You can test your feats of strength. There's also the annual Highland Games that include the caber toss, hammer throw, Irish hurling, and a host of other events to test your skills. If you want to participate in the Highland Games, again, all the details, iowairishfest.com. All the particulars. Then come watch the competitors practice on Friday evening. Saturday morning, the competition starts and is going to run till around 4 o'clock. In a bit, we'll have some information on more events at the 20th Annual Iowa Irish Fest. And of course, you know where to go for tickets, iowairishfest.com.
And what do you say we showcase yet another Iowa band? Now, I played a selection from them last week, and I kind of thought we needed to get you another taste of this traditional Celtic group. They specialize in both Irish and Scottish tunes, and this is A Bridge Between. Banshee, and Over the Moor to Maggie. That's Iowa group A Bridge Between. And I played a selection from the band Seo Linn earlier. But we're going to also be showcasing the solo career of Seo Linn band member Keith O'Brien. Now Keith, he has an infectious personality, and he's got a sound that you're going to certainly love. So what do you say we hear from Keith right now?
Guacamole, think I might have shot the bed. Woke up with a little hangover in me head. I need to use the toilet, but I'm lying here instead, scrolling through the messages I wish I hadn't sent. Oh, the hair of the dog that bit you will leave your head a mess. A sip will take the edge off, a pint will do the rest. I'll try to get the dosage until I get it right. I'll huff and puff and tear it up until the day is night. Hey! A shower, but the duvet held me down. Why do pints of Guinness make me act like such a clown? I shudder to think of the hiding that me credit card is took. Jenny Macamole, lads, I'm fairly feckin' shook. Oh, the hair of the dog that bit you will leave your head a mess. A sip will take the edge off, a pint will do the rest. I'll try to get the dosage until I get it right. I'll huff and puff and tear it up until the day is night. Hey! The sun is setting at the arse end of the day. Time to count me sins up and sit down and have a pray. Humpty Dumpty fell and went a-rolling down the hill. Once he reached the bottom, he had surely had his fill. Oh, the hair of the dog that bit you will leave your head a mess. A sip will take the edge off, a pint will do the rest. I'll try to get the dosage until I get it right. I'll huff and puff and tear it up until the day is night. Da 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 da. And tear it up until the day is nigh.
And from the group Seo Linn, that's Keith O'Brien performing on stage at this year's Iowa Irish Fest. Tickets are on sale now. And for the past few weeks, I've been informing you of all the fun music and events happening at our landmark 20th year, but I wanted to give our 5K chairperson a moment to chat about some more festival events.
There's a 5K info on Saturday morning, August 1st. Race starts at 9 a.m. We meet at the corner of, by Main Gate Entrance 1, the corner of Mulberry and Park. Early packet pickup is Friday, July 1st from 4 to 7 p.m. at the same place, Main Gate Entrance 1, / corner of Mulberry and Park. The race cost is $35 for those 18 and older. Ages 4 to 17 is $30, and that's if they register online, which online registration doesn't end until that Thursday night, July 30th. If they want to walk up to register, the cost increases by $5, so it's $40 for an adult, 18 and over, and $35 for a kid age 4 to 17. Ages 3 and under are free. Weekend pass into the fest is not included in their registration. They can add on a fest pass at a discount for only $25 instead of paying $40 at the gate. They can pick up their fest wristband either when they pick up their packet or when they walk up to register. Each registrant receives a free T-shirt, snacks like bananas, bagels, Cheez-Its, water, and then free beer for those 21 and over from the time that they end the race till about 10:45 that morning. We stop pouring.
Thank you very much, Jesse Shipman, the chairman of the Iowa Irish Fest 5K. And before I get back into the music, I also want to say a very special thank you to our friends at the Veridian Credit Union, great sponsors of the Iowa Irish Fest.
Veridian Credit Union knows that home is where your stories begin and long days end. It's where traditions and milestones are celebrated. It's a place where every room is filled with memories and where there's always room for more. Your home for your life. That's the value of Veridian. Learn more at veridiancu.org. Equal housing opportunity.
And once again, a very special thank you to our sponsors, the Veridian Credit Union. And what more can be said about the exciting group of lads, Socks in the Frying Pan? Now, they never disappoint with their award-winning music and incredible stage presence. And right now, let's hear Beetle Jig from the boys of Socks in the Frying Pan. That is Beetle Jig with Socks in the Frying Pan. And previously, I introduced you to Ian Gould and Lucas Yeager. Now, they are both vocal and instrumental masters. They simply captivate audience members throughout the Irish scene of the Midwest. And I've got another selection from Ian Gould and Lucas Yeager.
If all the young ladies were blackbirds and thrushes, if all the young ladies were blackbirds and thrushes, then all the young men would go beat the bushes. Right, fa-da-da-diddle-da-diddle-da-dee.
If all the young ladies were ducks on the water, if all the young ladies were ducks on the water, then all the young men go swimming in laughter. Right, fa-da-da-diddle-da-diddle-da-dee. If all the young ladies were rushes a-growing, if all the young ladies were rushes a-growing, then all the young men with their sights go mowing. Right, fa-da-da-diddle-da-diddle-da-dee. If the ladies were all trying to summon so lively, if the ladies were all trying to summon so lively, then all the men go fishing on Friday. Right,
fa-da-da-diddle-da-diddle-da-dee. If all the young ladies were hares on the mountain, if all the young ladies were hares on the mountain, then the men with their hounds would be out without counting. Right, fa-da-da-diddle-da-diddle-da-dee. Fa-da-da-diddle-da-diddle-da. Fa-da-da-diddle-da-diddle-da-dee.
And that is Ian Gould and Lucas Yeager, Blackbirds and Thrushes. You can hear them this year at the annual Iowa Irish Fest. And before I sign off for yet another week, I want to leave you with yet another awesome selection from our Friday headliners. This is Scythian. is the Immigrant Stomp. Our Friday headliner is Scythian, and it looks like it's all that time we have for this week. But before I go, what do you say I pass this over to you, Justin, and have you read off some of our great sponsors here?
All right. How about the Mike Burns family? You were telling me they provide all the food for all the performers.
These sponsors do the food and
so
everything
cool.
for the performers.
Bootlegger's Kitchen and Bar, El Patron, the Screaming Eagle Bar, and Newton's Diner. Again, refreshments and food for all of our Irish Fest bands and entertainers. Thanks to Viridian Credit Union, where I bank. That is a true story. And brand new for 2026 sponsor Waterloo Fiber, a proud new sponsor of the Lafayette stage.
I'm Rob Edwards, and I would like to thank our newest family member and proud new host of the Waterloo Fiber Lafayette stage, Justin Roberts. Thank you so much, Justin.
Have you officially started the countdown clock?
Funny you should say that. All you have to do is go to iowairishfest.com. Right there at the top of the web page is the exact countdown clock to get you right to the second when the party starts. And the best thing about it, too, is once you are there, you get your tickets.
Yeah.
For July 31st, August 1st, and August 2nd. And we look forward to seeing everybody there.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to, between now and then, shopping and thinking of kilt ideas. So then when the time comes, we will attack it with vim and vigor.
Which is the only way to attack things.
It's the only way you can do it.
And don't forget the tickets. They are on sale now at iowairishfest.com. You can follow Iowa Irish Fest on social media so you won't miss any fest updates. Friday's headliner will be Scythian, and Saturday and Sunday, Gaelic Storm will headline the entertainment. And I want you to return here next week for yet another update on what's in store at this year's Iowa Irish Fest, plus much more music to put you in the party mood. Now, I'm Rob Edwards, and I can't wait to see you in downtown Waterloo for the 20th annual Iowa Irish Fest. Irish Roads through Iowa, held July 31st through August 2nd.
It's a beautiful day.